going to be taking you through my go-to flow. It takes me between 45 minutes and an hour, depending on how long I want to stay in my shavasana. And it's something that I like to use every day and incorporate some of the day's yoga challenge poses into toward the peak or the end before I cool down. The beginning of the flow really allows me to get warmed up and get my energy flowing, and then get opened up, especially in the hip area. So I hope this is something that you can use if you're looking for a new daily flow, or you're looking for something to help you get opened up for some of your new poses. To be ready for it, you just want to have a strap or some blocks if that's something that you use in your practice, maybe a water bottle or towel. And we're going to begin with some sun salutations. So let's move to the top of our mat, feet together, nice and grounded into the mat, palms at heart center, and Samastitihi. I like to set an intention before my practice, and this is really just about what's your reason for being here on the mat today? What's your purpose in your practice? So I just take a moment, kind of drop into my practice and allow my focus to turn inward, let go of what I was doing before I stepped onto my mat. And then I find an intention. Why am I here today? And then once I have it, I begin bringing my attention to my breath on its path through my body. Prepare myself for some Ujjayi breathing, which I'll be using through some of my more intense poses, bringing air in deep in through my nostrils, filling up my belly. Suspending it briefly, and then exhaling at the back of my throat with my mouth closed for a soft, ocean-like sound. Now I feel ready to begin. Inhale, arms up, lean back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, placing your hands on the mat, look up and lengthen through your spine. Exhale to step or jump back, lower down through Chaturanga Dandasana or through your knees, chest, and chin. Press up into an upward facing dog on your inhale, and press back to a downward facing dog on your exhale. If it's your first down dog of the day, it can be helpful to walk your dog a bit, bringing one knee down to the mat at a time, just helping to warm up your hamstrings. I like to stay here for 5 breaths. And then on your next inhale, look up and lengthen your spine. Step or jump your way to the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, Samastitihi. We'll go through 3 more of these. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And stay. 5 breaths. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Come forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, Samastitihi. 2 more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Come down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, and stay. 5 breaths. Inhale, look forward and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Last one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And we'll begin to build some heat here. Inhale, lifting your right leg up toward the sky. Exhale, bringing your right knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw it in. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale in. Last one. Inhale, lift. And exhale in. Lower down. Inhale your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, draw it into your right elbow. Inhale up. Exhale in. Inhale up. Exhale in. Inhale up. Exhale in. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale in. Come back to down dog and let's stay for 5 breaths. On your next inhale, look up, lengthen and make your way front. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Now we're ready to move through the standing poses in our flow. We'll place a right hand on the hip. Inhale, left leg up. You can bring it to the inside of your foot, shin, or all the way up to the inside of your thigh, whatever feels comfortable to you. Take the full expression of the pose by inhaling your arms up, reaching straight to the sky, keeping shoulders away from your ears. And we'll hold this for 5 breaths. On your next exhale, lower your arms down, bring your right hand to your right hip, take your left hand to your big toe, and extend it out in front of you. We'll hold this for 5 breaths. Draw your leg out to the side, hold on to it for another 5 breaths. On your next exhale, try to maintain that height with your foot, release your left hand to your left hip. 5 breaths here. If you come down, come on back up. Shake out your standing leg, shift the weight and ground down into your left leg. Bring your right leg up in a tree, at your foot, your shin, your thigh, whatever feels good. Inhale your arms up into the full expression, 5 breaths here. On your exhale, lower your hands, left hand comes to left hip, right hand goes to right big toe, extend it out in front of you. You begin to feel you're losing your stability, ground down into the left foot, lift up through your kneecap, protect your hamstrings. Exhale out to the side, 5 breaths. And draw it in, releasing your foot, trying to maintain that height, 5 breaths here. Make use of your Ujjayi breath. And lower down, shake out your standing leg. We'll step our right foot back at a 45-degree angle to the side, long side of the mat. Bend into our left leg, square our hips to the front of the mat. Bring our arms up, away from our ears. Warrior 1, 5 breaths. On your exhale, lower down, shift your feet, left foot 45-degree angle to the long side, right foot faces the back. Stack your right knee over your right ankle, square your hips with the back of the mat. Inhale your arms up, 5 breaths. Exhale, lower down. Shift your left foot to face the front of the mat. Right toes should face the long side. We'll shift into Warrior 2. Left knee stacks over left ankle. Square your hips with the long side of your mat. Bring your arms out to the T and set your gaze over your left fingers. 5 breaths here. On your next exhale, lower your arms down. Left toes face the long edge, right toes face the back. Stack your right knee over your right ankle. Shift your hips to square with the long edge of the mat. Arms out to a T and set your gaze over your right fingers. 5 breaths here. Warrior 2. On your exhale, lower your arms. Left toes face the front, right toes face the long edge. Square your hips to the long edge of the mat. Bend your left knee over your left ankle. Bring your left elbow down to your left knee. And sweep your right arm across and up, allowing your gaze to follow. 5 breaths here. Exhale to lower your arm, bringing your hands into prayer at heart center. Inhale, opening, twisting to the left, bringing your right elbow to your left knee. We'll spend 5 breaths here in a revolved extended side angle. And your next inhale, look down at your foot for stability and rise. Shift your feet, left foot faces the long edge, right foot faces the back of the mat. Bend into your right leg, stacking knee over ankle. Right elbow comes down to your right knee. Open up through the chest, sweeping your left arm across and up, and allow your gaze to follow. 5 breaths. On your next inhale, look down at your feet for stability, hands at heart center in prayer. Inhale to open up to your right side, twisting, your left elbow comes to your right knee. 5 breaths. Look down at your foot for stability. Inhale to rise. Shift your toes, left toes to face the front of the mat. Right toes face the long edge. We'll keep our legs straight here for triangle. Exhale to lower your left leg or hand down your left leg. You can stop at your shin or your foot, the mat, whatever feels comfortable. You can place a block here for that additional stability. You want to maintain openness here in your side body. Let your right hand rise up tall. Open up through your chest. Allow your gaze to follow your right fingers. 5 breaths here. On your next exhale, look down at your left foot. Place your left on the outside of your left foot. Open up through your chest to the left. Let your gaze follow your left. Fingertips here in a revolved triangle. 5 breaths. On your next exhale, look down at your left foot. Inhale to rise up and shift your feet. Left toes face the long edge. Right toes face the back. Exhale to lower your right hand down your right leg. Shin, foot, or floor, whatever feels comfortable. Open up through the chest. Straighten out your left arm. Let your gaze follow. 5 breaths. On your next exhale, look down at your right foot. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right foot. Inhale your right arm up overhead, opening up through the chest. Looking at your right fingers. We'll take 5 breaths here. On your exhale, look down at your right foot for stability. Bring your hands to the mat in front of you. And take a bit wider of a stance. Bringing our feet parallel to each other. Place your hands on your hips and inhale to lengthen up through the spine. Exhale to fold forward, hinging at the hips, bringing your hands down toward the mat. If they don't quite reach, you can place a block underneath them. Inhale to rise up, lengthening your spine. And exhale to take a deeper fold forward, walking your hands back and bringing the crown of your head down toward the mat. We're going to take 5 breaths here in a wide-legged forward fold. You can roll toward the balls of your feet. Help deepen your fold. Lift up through your kneecaps. Help protect those hamstrings. Inhale to lift halfway up, walking your hands forward. Make sure you're grounded, stable through your feet. Bring your hands to your hips and draw your elbows toward each other. Exhale to fold forward. 5 breaths here. Exhale your hands down to the mat. Inhale to look up and lengthen. Interlace your fingers behind your back. And exhale to fold forward again, allowing your hands to fall just below your shoulder line. Don't force it, they will come down naturally with time. 5 breaths here. Inhale to look up and lengthen, releasing the bind. Grab onto your big toes. And exhale to fold forward, lifting up through your knees. 5 breaths. On your inhale, look up and lengthen. Walk your feet a bit further in. Exhale here. Place your hands on your hips and inhale to rise. Shift your toes toward the front of your mat. Exhale, Samastitihi. And we'll move through some hip openers. Step back with your right foot, bringing your knee down to the mat, pointing your toes, and into your left leg, stacking your knee over your ankle. You can place your hands on your knee, or bring them up overhead for the full expression. And if you feel comfortable, you can lift your right knee up off of the mat. 5 breaths here in low lunge. Exhale to lower your knee down. Flex your foot. Bring your hands down underneath your shoulders. Bring your left toes towards your nose. Open up through the chest, reaching forward. We'll spend 5 breaths here in a half split. On your exhale, lower your left foot down to the mat. Bring your forearms to the inside of your left foot. Make sure your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. Open up through the chest. If you're comfortable, you can lift your right knee back up off the mat here in lizard pose. 5 breaths. On your exhale, lower your knee down. Bring your hands back next to your foot. Slide your right foot up. Left knee is down, toes pointed. Lift up through your chest. Again, stack your right knee over your right foot. You can place your hands on your knee. Inhale up overhead for the full expression. And if you're comfortable, lift your left knee up. 5 breaths here. Lower your knee on your exhale. Stack your hands under your shoulders. Flex your right toes towards your nose and open up through the chest. 5 breaths and half split. Exhale to lower your right foot down, bringing your forearms to the inside of your right foot. Bring your left knee up off the mat, open up through the chest. 5 breaths here in lizard pose. Check in with your Ujjayi breath here. We're building up heat. On your exhale, lower down. Press back into a downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, bring your left leg up, shin down to the mat. Lower your right leg back, allowing your toes to be pointed. Press down with your hands into the mat and open up through your chest. 5 breaths in pigeon pose. On your next exhale, allow yourself to fold forward over your left leg. Bringing your hands in front of you, allow your head to rest on them like a cushion. 5 breaths in sleeping pigeon. Inhale to lift up, pressing your hands into the mat. Exhale, bringing your left foot back, pushing back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing your right leg forward, shin down to the mat, stretching your left leg out behind you, toes are pointed. Press your hands down into the mat and open up through your chest. 5 breaths. On your next exhale, fold forward over your right leg, bringing your hands in front of you as a cushion. 5 breaths. On your next inhale, lift up, pressing your hands into the mat. Slide your right leg back into a downward facing dog. Try to draw those heels toward the mat, and if possible, bring your forearms down to the mat into dolphin. 5 breaths here. Inhale, one leg up, working on that pincha. 5 breaths. Lower down your right leg. Inhale, left leg up. 5 breaths. Exhale to lower down to the mat. Lower down to your hands and knees, and we'll do a little bit of inversion work next. If you're near a wall, it's great to have that for stability, so go ahead and face the wall. Bring your forearms down to the mat, checking that your elbows are shoulder width apart by grasping opposite elbows with your hands. Interlace your fingers, and bring the crown of your head down to the mat, resting the back of your head against your interlaced fingers. Tuck your toes under, And lift your hips up into the air, aiming to get your hips over your shoulders. When you feel you've got the stability, you can lift one leg up. Maybe you stay here, maybe both legs come up and you find that stability engaging through your core. And if you feel ready, you can lift up, keeping that core engaged. Straighten out your legs. We'll take 5 breaths here wherever you're at in your headstand practice. And your next exhale, come down from it. If you're all the way up, tuck your legs in and bring your toes down. And press back up onto your hands and knees. Bring your knees out to the edges of your mat and your feet together. Bring your sit bones down to your feet. And lower down, bringing your chest toward the mat. Hands long out in front of you. And rest your forehead gently on the mat. We'll spend 10 breaths here in Child's Pose. Inhale, walking your hands back towards your body. Swing your left leg to your right and come back to face the front of your mat. We'll work on boat pose. Bring your feet towards your sit bones. Take your hands and interlace them underneath the backs of your thighs, close to your knees. Find the point on your sit bones that you have stability and lift back onto it. You can stay here, or if you're comfortable, you can allow your shins to become parallel with the mat. Again, you can spend your boat here, you can release your hands, bring them out to your sides. And if you're comfortable, you can come into the full expression of boat by straightening your legs out as long as you don't lose that V with your body. 5 breaths wherever you're at in your practice with boat. Exhale to lower down, swinging your left leg out to the side and bringing your right foot into your sit bones. We'll move through our seated pose sequence now. Inhale to lengthen through your spine and exhale to fold forward over your bent right leg, drawing your hands in front of you, but only coming down as far as you can while still maintaining a long, straight spine. 5 breaths here. Inhale, walking your hands back towards your body. Swing your right leg out and bring your left leg foot into your sit bones, flexing your right toes. Inhale to lengthen through your spine and exhale to fold forward over your bent leg. Again, just coming far enough that your spine stays long and straight. 5 breaths here. On your next inhale, walk your hands back. Bring your right foot to meet your left in at your sit bones. Interlace your fingers, clasping them over your feet. Inhale to rise up to a long spine. Spend 5 breaths here in butterfly. On your next inhale, draw your chest forward, bringing your elbows to the outside of your shins. And let's take a forward fold in our butterfly, really pressing down on our shins to open up in the hip area. 5 breaths here. Inhale to lengthen through your spine. Exhale to draw your legs in front of you, zipping them together and flexing your toes towards your nose. Inhale, lifting your arms up and lengthening your spine. And exhale to fold forward, hinging at the hips and allowing your hands to fall wherever they may fall, on your shins, your feet, on the mat beside it. Keeping your spine long and straight as you fold forward. We'll spend 10 breaths here in our seated two-legged forward fold. Inhale, looking up only. Exhale here. Inhale to rise up fully. Draw your legs into either a lotus or a half lotus, depending on where you're at with lotus in your practice. Interlace your fingers behind you, opening up through the shoulders. Lengthen through your spine and exhale to fold forward. 5 breaths here. Inhale, rising. Exhale, release the bind in your feet. And I find this is a great place in my practice to work on some compass. So we'll ground down through our right leg. Use our right hand behind our sit bones for stability. We'll start to see how open we are on the left side. Using your left hand to draw your left foot back towards your body, and then exhale to extend it forward. Just do this a few times. And then inhale, drawing your right foot into your chest, allowing your arms to wrap around it. 5 breaths here. Exhale, releasing your leg, drawing out to the sky. You can interlace your fingers underneath your heel. Flex your toes to help build that flexibility and draw your leg into your chest, keeping your spine long and your chest open. 5 breaths here. exhale, bend your knee. Bring your left arm underneath your left leg. And grab the outside of your left foot. Inhale to lift your leg up onto your shoulder. And then lift up through your left sit bone, pressing down with your left hand into the mat right next to your right foot. Inhale to lengthen your spine and lift your leg up, bringing your right arm behind your head. And allow your gaze to follow underneath your right arm. 5 breaths here. On your exhale, you can release wherever you are in your compass practice. Bring your left foot down into the mat, finding stability. Place your left hand behind your sit bones. Grab the inside of your right foot. Extend your leg out on your exhale and draw up behind you on your inhale. Do this just a few times, just making sure we're open. And draw your left leg into your chest, wrapping your arms around it. 5 breaths here. On your exhale, draw your foot in front of you, interlacing your fingers on the outside of your heels, straightening your leg out, opening up through the chest, and drawing your long, straight spine toward your leg. 5 breaths. On your exhale, bend your knee at the right. Bring your right arm on the outside of your right foot. Inhale, lifting your right leg up onto your shoulder. Lift up on your right sit bone, pressing down into the mat with your right hand. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right foot. And inhale, lengthening your spine and lifting your right leg behind you. Setting your gaze behind your left arm. 5 breaths here. On your exhale, bend your right knee and release wherever you are in compass. Straighten out your left leg. Bring your right foot into your sit bones. Cross it over your left leg and inhale your right arm up, placing it behind your right sit bones. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Inhale to lengthen your spine and exhale to twist, looking over your right shoulder. 5 breaths here. Exhale, extending your right leg out, bringing your left foot into your sit bones and crossing it over your right leg. Inhale your left arm up, placing it close behind your sit bones. Right elbow goes to the outside of your left knee. Inhale to lengthen your spine, and exhale to twist, looking over your left shoulder. 5 breaths. Exhale, release your twist. Bring your sit bones down towards your feet on the mat. We'll work through some of our back bends. Bring your shoulder blades down toward the mat. Draw your feet close into your sit bones. Inhale to lift up through your sit bones, interlacing your fingers under you and drawing your shoulders toward their shoulder blades. Lift up, engaging your core. We'll spend 5 breaths here in bridge. On your exhale, lower down. If wheel is in your practice, you can move into it next. If you're not quite there yet and you don't want to work on it, you can move into another bridge. Pressing down into your hands and into your feet. Inhale to lift your head up onto the mat. Stay here for a moment, check your alignment. And when you're ready, inhale, pressing into your hands and your feet. You can lift up for more height in your feet if it feels comfortable. 5 breaths here in wheel. On your exhale, lower your head down to the mat. Extend your legs out long. Grasp opposite elbows and reach up. Drawing up through your shoulders and reach your legs down long, really taking that full body stretch to help neutralize the back bend. We'll take 5 breaths here. We're moving into our cool downs. Release your full body stretch. Draw your knees into your chest. You can give yourself a nice hug by wrapping your arms around your knees. 5 breaths here. On your exhale, lower your right foot down to the mat. Bring your left foot on top of your right leg. Place your interlaced fingers behind your right knee and draw your leg in towards your chest. 5 breaths here in reclined pigeon. Exhale to lower your foot down to the mat, bringing your left foot down from your right leg, and bring your right foot up onto your left thigh, interlacing your fingers behind your left knee, drawing your knee towards your chest. 5 breaths here. Exhale, lowering down. Extend both legs out long at the edges of your mat. Draw your left leg into your chest. Use your right hand to cross it over your body, bringing it toward your right shoulder on the mat. Extend your left leg out long and allow your gaze to follow that in a supine spinal twist. You want to try to keep your right sit bones on the mat, flat, and flex your right foot. It really helps to deepen that twist. Take 10 breaths here. exhale, lower your left leg back down to the corner of your mat. Use your left hand to draw your right knee into your chest, extending your right arm out, allowing your knees to fall, and crossing your left leg over your body. Really trying to maintain the flex in your left foot and the left sit bones on the mat. 10 breaths. On your exhale, release your right leg back down to the corner of your mat. Allow your hands to fall out at your sides. And just allow your body to completely relax into the mat, letting go of any remaining tension. And we'll move into our shavasana. You can close your eyes if it's comfortable. Allow the ground to support you. feel the movement return to your body, first through your fingertips and your toes, finding gentle movements there. You can feel the movement travel up your arms and legs, on your knees into your chest for yourself. One last great hug. Roll onto your right side body, using your hands to make a pillow for your head, just resting here briefly. And inhale, bringing yourself up all the way, keeping your eyes closed. A nice comfortable seated position with your hands at heart center. Thank your body for the gift of this practice today. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.